Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, a call is being made for a complete and thorough forensic audit of the National Quarries Company Limited after the most recent audited financial statements of the state-owned aggregate, a company, revealed losses of more than $23 million in fiscal 2021 and 2020. Just 2 years, people. Anyhow, the call comes from the Mining and Processing of Aggregates Association of Trinidad and Tobago. In 2021, the company reported a loss of $15.8 million, while in 2020, the loss was approximately $7.9 million, according to the company's audited financial statements. The audit was performed by More Business Solutions Trinidad and Tobago and was laid in Parliament last month. Its chairman, Amid Ghani said there were losses totaling $135.8 million between 2020 and 2025. In addition to the company's reported losses, More stated in its report that it was unable to express an opinion on the financial statements due to its inability to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Who was in office during that time, my dear PNM patriots? Can anyone tell me how come so many things couldn't be audited while PNM was in office? Wow, I'm telling you, the UNC government needs to do a whole lot more to hold individuals, state officials especially, accountable for their criminal actions during the past 10 years, While most people in Trinidad will be returning to work on Tuesday after the long Easter weekend, in Tobago, the festivities will continue as almost a century of tradition will be on display at the annual Buko Goat and Crab Racing Festival at the Buko Integrated Facility. The world-famous event, now in its 98th year, showcases the fastest goats on the island with their fleet-footed jockeys breathlessly scampering down the track to keep pace to the finish line. You ought to be real fit to do that too, holding these goats and running behind them. All roads lead to the Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground on Easter Monday. That's the day for the annual Canby Mount Pleasant Sports and Family Day, which is effectively the warm-up for the main derby on Easter Tuesday tomorrow. That's definitely an event I would love to experience in person one of these good days. I would like to go to Tobago and see it one of these good days. Despite a lack of government support for the 2026 Point Fortin Borough Day celebrations, Mayor Clyde James says the festivities will go on as he awaits a meeting with Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin on Tuesday. People trying the best to recover the economy of Trinidad and Tobago and all their studying fat. Lord have mercy.
Weather forecast, Trinidad and Tobago. Date, Monday, April 6, 2026. General summary. Partly cloudy to cloudy conditions are expected with a medium to high 50% to 70% chance of light to moderate showers. Isolated heavy showers and thunderstorms are likely, particularly during the late morning and afternoon, due to an approaching trough. Temperatures. Trinidad, Piarco, high 31 degrees Celsius, low 23 degrees Celsius. Tobago, Crown Point, high 30 degrees Celsius, low 24 degrees Celsius. Detailed timeline. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., mostly cloudy. Temperatures 23 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, low chance of rain 10% to 20%. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., scattered thunderstorms developing. Temperatures rising to 27 degrees Celsius, rain chance 35% to 45%. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., continued scattered thunderstorms and heavy showers. Temperatures 26 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., conditions transitioning to light rain. Temperatures cooling to 24 degrees Celsius. 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., settled but cloudy. Low 23 degrees Celsius, rain chance 10% to 20%. Marine and hazards. Seas, moderate with waves 1.5 meters to 2.5 meters in open waters. Hazards, high risk of street or flash flooding in heavy downpours. Gusty winds possible near thunderstorms.
Regional news now. $1.53 billion Karasabi runway commission to boost hinterland connectivity in Guyana. President Dr. Irfan Ali on Saturday commissioned a new 3,000-foot runway at Karasabi Region 9, marking a major investment in hinterland infrastructure aimed at improving connectivity and unlocking economic opportunities, employment as well. The project, valued at approximately 1.53 billion Guyanese dollars, includes the construction of 2 taxiways and is expected to significantly enhance access to transportation, healthcare, education, and commerce for residents of the community and surrounding areas. 5 months after Hurricane Melissa ripped apart homes and displaced families in St. Anne, Jamaica, many are struggling to piece together their lives, clinging to the hope that long-promised government aid will arrive soon. But for some of the frustrated and weary residents, the wait has been too long, and the assurance once given by the government now feels like an empty promise. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, I believe you're quite a good leader, but you're failing when it pertains to these issues. You're taking too long. You're not ensuring that your government officials are addressing these issues in a timely manner. Samuda, a cabinet minister at the MP for St. Anne Northeastern, was contacted by the Sunday Gleaner for an update on efforts to assist affected residents in his constituency. But listen to this. However, he indicated that he's currently overseas on vacation and would be unable to provide an update until his return. My response was very simple enough. His constituents are suffering, and the government official is telling the media that he's on vacation. How can you relax and have fun while your people are struggling to restore some level of normalcy in their lives? Your life dies, brother. And Prime Minister, your life dies too. Nah, man, you should have told all your officials, no vacation until the citizens of Jamaica are attended to due to this natural disaster. No vacations, I'm sorry. But if I was the Prime Minister, I would have been telling my cabinet members and my ministers that you can't go on any vacation until you get the job done. In a national address, Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis announced that slashing value-added tax was a limited option among the tools available to the government for immediate cost of living relief. Well, trust me, it is significant in my opinion. While acknowledging that VAT is not the primary cause of high prices, the government implemented a zero VAT rate on all unprepared food items effective April 1st, 2026 to provide targeted assistance to families with the tightest disposable income. Well, of course, it wouldn't be the only reason, but it places extra burden on people's pockets. So I don't know why people are complaining. Yes, find other ways to be able to bring down the cost of food, probably the import bill or whatsoever, to reduce the cost of products and services in your country. But, oh gosh, I would be so happy if all the VAT is removed from all food items here in Trinidad and Tobago. That would be a wonderful day.
Fred Mitchell, chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, is tonight echoing the Prime Minister's claims that the Davis administration did as much as it could have done to ease the cost of living crisis. While commenting on government's value-added tax slash on unprepared food, Mitchell says it was one of the limited options the Davis administration had left. That reduction was met with the spike in global oil prices, with experts predicting a 20% increase at local pumps.
There's a war raging out there. We didn't ask for this war, and it's driving up the cost of commodities around the world. And while we do our best in the Bahamas to lower the cost of food, we are bystanders to the show, and the result is the importation of inflation from the United States of America. Rest assured, this administration is working and monitoring world trade events, looking to see if there are alternative sources in order to lower the price of food and inflation doesn't get imported into the country, and there's minimal impact on our country and its security.
Some nice positive news coming out of Barbados. A lot of positive news recently, actually. The Barbadian pastime of kite making is alive and well this Easter. In fact, it's in good hands. A group of siblings and friends from the kite-loving community were seen hard at work over the weekend, making sure it was a thrilling Easter Sunday in the skies above their homes. The children brought all the tools into play, including tape, pieces of old clothing to make their kite tails, glue, and small pieces of wood to make their kites sturdy. Positive activities. This is what I know Trinidad and Tobago used to be like long time. I mean, it still has a lot of that taking place now. But what we are saying is, these are the kind of things I want to see our youths getting involved in. Not trying to be zessers and bad man and baddest. International news now. Safe and sound. President Trump declared the U.S. will never leave service members behind in reaction to the successful rescue of an American downed in Iran. I reported about that yesterday. Thank God he was found alive, and before the Iranians got their hands on him. Dozens of aircraft were involved in the rescue operation, the president said. A source told Fox News that U.S. forces fired weapons to keep Iranians away. Well done, U.S. officers. Otherwise, U.S. forces, otherwise he would have been captured. And no one would have ever seen him again alive. The president said the rescued colonel was injured but will be fine, and that no Americans were killed or wounded during the rescue. That is wonderful news. Now for the interesting facts segment. A historic milestone is on the horizon as Christina Cook prepares to travel beyond low Earth orbit on Artemis 2. She's set to become the first woman to journey around the moon, helping test critical systems aboard the Orion spacecraft during a 10-day mission. I wonder if she could fix the toilet. Known for her 300, there was an actual issue with the toilet. That's why I brought that up. My Lord. But anyhow, it's $1 million toilet. Known for her 328-day space flight and role in the first all-female spacewalk, Cook continues to break barriers. The mission represents a powerful step forward, showing that the future of space exploration is more inclusive than ever before. I just love it. I love it. I love these type of adventure stories. Well, it's not a story. It's a real life story, but it's wonderful.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel Adventures. The Freedom Trail is a 2.5-mile red-lined walking route through downtown Boston to Charlestown, featuring 16-plus official historic sites from the American Revolution era, including Old North Church, Paul Revere House, and Boston Common. It takes roughly half a day to walk, offering a deep dive into American history via museums, burying grounds, and meeting houses. Key highlights and route information. Start and end typically begins at Boston Common, America's oldest park, and ends at the Bunker Hill Monument or USS Constitution in Charlestown. Pathing: the trail is marked by a red brick line or painted line on sidewalks, making it easy to follow. Key stops: highlights include the Massachusetts State House, Granary Burying Ground, Old South Meeting House, Faneuil Hall, Paul Revere House, and Old North Church. Time commitment: allow at least 2 to 4 hours for walking, though exploring all sites in detail can take a full day or more. Guided versus self-guided: the Freedom Trail Foundation offers guided walking tours led by costumed guides, while the National Parks of Boston offers free app-based self-guided tours. Visitor tips. Best way to see it: walking is the best way to experience the trail, though it includes some hills and uneven, historic, or cobblestone terrain. Accessibility: most sites are accessible, but visitors should check the official accessibility webpage for specific details on uneven paths. Nearby attractions: the route passes through downtown Boston near the North End, excellent for food, and Faneuil Hall. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you again tomorrow as our journey around the world continues.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.